Consciousness is undivided. Whatever appears does not divide the indivisible. Does not touch that which is the reality, that which knows whatever appears. That which knows thoughts, whatever thoughts may be arising right now. That which knows this perception. Is untouched by the thought. Is unaffected by the perception, whichever form it takes. That which knows this bodily sensation is not a thing that gets altered or affected by the bodily sensation that it perceives, that it knows. By whatever it perceives or knows. That which perceives, knows this perception right now, that which perceives, knows this thought right now, or this bodily sensation right now, has no borders, has no form, no shape, no ambition, no hope, is not on a personal mission, is not on any mission. Is complete freedom, peace and well-being. That is uncaused, that is not dependent on a certain experience, on a certain situation, on a relationship. That which is knowing of all phenomenal events is referred to as I. Pristine, unborn, uncaused, unaltered, unalterable. limitless, borderless, eternal, not a mind event, not an experience. There are tendencies currents in the ocean. Habits in the body-mind. Repetitive patterns, repetitive thoughts, belief structures. That are born out of the belief that I am. I, this consciousness. I, whatever it is that right here, right now, hears these words. That this I, that is not a thing, not a form, is a body-mind, is an event in time and space. And around this core belief, there is a web of tendencies, of habits that serve to maintain this impression, most of which go unnoticed. Tendencies to think about tomorrow, planning addictions that go beyond the simple necessities of planning simple tasks. A habit to think about tomorrow, to imagine a certain event around me that relate to the person, that relate to this impression. Concerns, habitual thought, bodily contractions that refer to the health of this body in time. Addictive patterns. They start at a young age and they form grooves in the psyche. A certain impression at a young age that sets a contraction in the space, and this contraction in time is explained as a necessary way that serves to protect me, to safeguard me. And in time, it becomes a structure of habitual thoughts and habitual sensations. The mind is very adept at weaving such structures. Habits, tendencies, simple addictions that aim at filling a void, at filling an emptiness, distracting, giving the mind a bone to chew on. Keep a certain movement going. We can recognize that in our own way. Each of us have their patterns. But none of this matters, because what you are is beyond all of this. There are no problems. These are not problems. These are unhappy games that you maintain. Habits and a lack of options. So it seems that it has to be this way, that this really matters. I need to worry. I need to be concerned. After all, the mind has a lot of justification that it provides you. So you play this game. This unhappy game. But there is a master to the mind. You are the master of the mind. You can guide it. You come to this satsang meeting. There is guidance. The guidance comes from the self, from wisdom, not a person, not from thought, beyond thought. you know that pursuing whatever you pursue in the world will only lead minor, temporary, worldly ease that is quickly swept away. No one can scrutinize yourself but yourself. Nobody can scrutinize your tendencies, your habits, but yourself. You have to be willing to do so. You have to be willing to look really closely. Notice, explore, contemplate, experiment. At the core of all of it, you are untouched. At the core of all of it, all is well. Take these words at heart. So you can have courage in being still, unmoved, in the midst of what seems to be a storm that you must manage, navigate. Be still. If you maintain your habitual activities, you maintain your belief that there is something that I as a person must do in order to save and safeguard I as this body-mind. You maintain this me impression by your repetitive activities, by your repetitive tendencies. You are this borderless aware presence. Not what you imagine yourself to be, not what you remember, recall, or project. You are not what is splattered on the screen, what the mind splatters on the screen. You're not thoughts, the perceptions, the impressions. You're not a character in the play. You are the entire play as well as the audience. You create the play out of presence, out of what you are, moment by moment. There is no separation. There is nothing outside of you. There is nowhere to go, nothing that you need to achieve, nothing that you need to surmount. There is no lack to the self. It is in your thought impressions and your habits and your patterns that you perceive yourself in trouble, You worry, and you maintain the unhappiness with your worry, and you maintain the impression of me. Oh my goodness, what will happen to me if I don't do this and that? You can try it for another 500 years. You'll come back here. There is no other. There is only one reality. The reality of consciousness. I am. I, consciousness, am. Do not be concerned about all the flying and passing thoughts and sensations and impressions. They do not define you. They do not touch you. You're beyond that. Do not try to fix the field. You can play in the field out of your sense of play and amusement and creativity and joy and innocence and childlike freedom. That's very beautiful. But unconcerned, free from the consequences, but success and failure. Playful, like you play. When we were children, we played games. Sometimes we won, sometimes we lost. We didn't even care. There was even no winning and no losing in our childlike playfulness. It was just play. It's inborn in us. You don't need to come to satsang to hear that. You can celebrate the waking dream. You know how to celebrate it. You are born, meaning the body-mind knows how to celebrate, how to play. It's a tool of play. Your consciousness are complete freedom. There is nothing you need to learn, to accomplish, to realize. You are already the realized self. There is no other reality beyond you. So you can relax into this presence. Relax into the presence. All is well. Whatever sensations are arising in your body, allow them to be. They're arising in the space. There is space around the entire field. It's all space. The entire field is space. Everything that's arising is soaked in this borderless space, in this sweet presence. You can relax in it. Give. Release all your holds, all what appears to you. It's already released, actually. You don't need to release it. Just notice this tendency to contract. There's no need for this tendency to contract. It serves nothing. It does not change the weather. It does not alter the gravity. It does not affect the galactic field. It's simply an unhappy impression, a habit. A habit that is rooted in this me impression that consciousness is a person, is a female, is a male, is a form that's living in time, existing in time. Time appears to you as an impression, as a mind impression, a thought of yesterday, thought of when I was 12 years old, thought of my mother. It creates time, the impression of time as thought. That's what we refer to as time. Time impression arises to you, the borderless aware presence, borderless awareness. The body is complete transparency. There are images about the body that give an impression of limitation, substance, sort of a matter-like substance to the body. But the body is space, is light. The universal body, there are no borders in the body. It's porous. Within your body, all the galaxies dance. You breathe them. You light them up.